continue God's work. So I'm wearing many hats today, and one of the hats that I'm wearing is the hat of a father, the hat of a parent. The other hat that I wear is my corporate hat as a governor, and therefore the corporate hat of a parent of all children of Migori County. I wear that hat on behalf of the government you allowed me graciously to form. I wear that hat on account of the funds that the county assembly approves for us to do the work that we do today. Nataka kuwashukuru wazazi na wale wanasimamia watoto wetu kwa kuwatunza na kuwalinda hao watoto na kuwainua na kuwawezesha kusoma hadi mahali wamefika hapa. Mimi kama gavana ni mzazi pia, na mimi kama gavana, kama kiongozi wa serikali ya kaunti ya Migori ambayo ni mzazi ya kila mdogo ama kila mwanafunzi ule anasoma hapa. We want to thank you parents who are here. Thank you very much for standing with our children, and thank you very much for standing with education. You can see the little ones here from Nyamelu and Kamondi are hot in the heels of the growing up ones here. This is a confirmation that if we look after our children, the success of our county, the success of our nation will be guaranteed. It will be guaranteed because we were also granted and guaranteed that opportunity to go to school. If I tell you my story, it may take too long to understand it. I come from a background of where my parents had the ability to pay school fees for me and pay school fees for others. It's a true story. It's not, but he had the wealth that could be described then as plenty, cows and many children and plenty of land. So going to school or paying school fees was not a major challenge to my family. But one students who are going to school now is that my grandfather, who was around most of the time, because my father was working elsewhere, decided that he needed his grandchildren around him and they had to go to school. I am also telling that to parents that it's not just enough to cook for and dress our children well. It's important to follow up what they do in school. My grandfather and my grandmother on both sides of my family visited me in a primary school and were interested in my results. They insisted that I had to be as ordinary as the other boys. My father could afford shoes. But those days when we were going to school, we were going bare feet. And tulikuwa tunavaa kama wale wote tulisoma na hao. So I want to request the children and the parents here, let us not spoil our children. Let us support them and ensure that although you are more privileged than another family, what is required of your child in school is what they carry to school. I went to school carrying a panga for work, a djembe for work. There we carried sisal and all these things, all the things that were done by the other students with whom we went to school. And it was out of that discipline and the support we had that we developed the resilience to be in school. I remember in my entire primary school, secondary school, and even university, I never was expelled a single day because of the commitment and the value we had for education. Luckily for us, those days at university, we did not pay school fees and it was well sponsored. But that tells us that currently we have many challenges. And the challenge we have is that our children must go to school, whether it is expensive or not expensive, because if they do not go to school, I can assure you life will not be livable in Kenya. Wairevu amesema, if you think education is expensive, try stupidity. Stupidity is so expensive that you cannot afford it. Ama nyinyi wazazi mnadhani mnaweza kulipa bei ya ujinga? Ujinga iko na bei kubwa kabisa, hatuwezi kuinunua. Kwa hivyo serikali ya Migori kwa heshima na kwa upendo yenu imesema hata kama hatuko na pesa inatutosha kusomesha watoto wote, whatever we have, we are going to use it to ensure that we do not pay for stupidity. So that these young people, the very young ones on our right and the very young ones on the left, will be able to be productive people, will be able to be people who can take this county and this nation to places. There are global opportunities in the world, and those global opportunities are found or benefit people who are selected competitively. There are national opportunities in Kenya, and those opportunities are for those who are selected competitively, and there are also local opportunities. It will be a tragedy if my administration or any administration in Kenya failed in supporting our young people to be competitive, so that kama wanaweza kuajiriwa ulimwengu mzima waajiriwe, kama wanaweza kupata ajira nationally kwa serikali kuu ama in the private sector wapate, kama wanaweza kuajiriwa in the county waajiriwe. So that is the duty we are discharging, and that duty I believe nyinyi nyote mnaunga. Ama kuna ule anapinga? Si nyote mnaunga hiyo jukumu That does not mean that wewe kama mzazi, wewe kama mtu mdogo ambayo tunakusaidia leo, hawezi kujipanga na kujikakamua. Tunawaomba muache mambo mengine, sacrifice for your children, sacrifice for the children of your neighbor, sacrifice for everybody, because it is expensive to be stupid. Do not contribute to dealing or doing away with the expense of stupidity. And my little boys and girls who are here and the ones who may not be here, we plead with you to take this opportunity and make sure that you take your place in the world. I was telling you that I went to school barefoot, but if you see me here, niko na viatu mingi kabisa. Na ukiona hata hii koti yangu sio ya kawaida, na hata gari yangu sio ya kawaida. Na waambia hiyo kwa sababu hata wewe mwaka ijayo ama few years to come, you will have very many pair of shoes, very good suits, and vehicles as big as this one, and you may be the governor or the president of. The opportunity is yours, the chance is now. Just work hard. With our support, you will get there. That is why we are today, but we are not going to occupy this seat forever, and we do not want to leave this. Nobody is able to ascend to these positions. That is why we are supporting you to be the president of Kenya tomorrow, the governor of Migori the day after, women rep, member of the county assembly, speaker, a successful farmer, a successful business person, and more importantly, a God-fearing person. So thank you very much, and this is your opportunity. The scholarship that we are issuing today is coming hot in the heels of previous supports that we have given to education. Tumepeana bursary kwa wanafunzi wetu kutoka hapa wengi kabisa. There was a time a couple of months ago that we supported 21,000 students like yourselves, and we are happy that they continue to go to school. The money we gave them appeared to have been a token, but what is important is the spirit with which we give out that money, the prayer and the commitment those students are taking. We also supported and we continue to support those of us who may not be lucky to go to high school, those who dropped in class 8 or did not make it there, those who dropped out of Form 4. We have supported them in vocational education training centers because life is about many things. It's not just about academics, but it's about practical things that make our lives livable. We know there are opportunities in plumbing, electrical activities in farming, name it, there are opportunities. So as a county government, we will continue supporting any person who is in search of knowledge. Today, we are supporting you. We are supporting 310 of you, and we will continue supporting the 310 annually. 2 months ago, we supported a similar group like yourselves who were continuing students that had received support from the previous administration. We do so because education is our priority. We do so because productivity is our priority. And the selection process, vile tuliwatambua, tulikuwa na committees kwa kila ward. This galaxy of parents and students come from every ward. They represent every gender, every community, every ethnicity,